Hey guys, I see two whole people. Welcome back to the live Lego Saturn V build. I am your intrepid builder host, Amy, as you guys know, on Vintage Space, because that's where you're watching this. This is my part 3 of the Lego Saturn V build. Those of you who've built it or been following along, it's massive, and I also don't have tons of time to do things like build Lego, but that's happening today, and I think I mentioned this on Twitter and also on my, I'm trying to stay in the awkward framing here, mentioned on Twitter and then Facebook and on my community page. This is going to be the only video for the week. I was at Denver Comic-Con this weekend. I was on a panel, and I'm going to San Francisco for Seeker tomorrow, and I was just in San Francisco with Seeker. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I'm working on some really neat stuff, really cool stuff. Finally, some things you guys have been asking for, but it's all taking a long time, and I would rather not do a video this week and have it be better than rushing it and then not being super happy with the product, because these are also not only videos, but like massive blogs as well, so apologies guys, this is going to be the only content for this week, but next after this trip to San Francisco, I'm home. I'm home for like 2 whole weeks, so I'll be able to get to some of the stuff that I've been dying to get to for you guys. Sorry, the travel is just relentless and endless. So, that said, let's get back to building. Okay, and so yeah, you guys kind of know the drill now. I will try to follow along with some of the comments that I see blasting by. No guarantees. I'm trying to look also on Facebook. I'm just going to pull this stuff up on Facebook as well to see if you guys have been asking questions and if there's anything I can help answer. Otherwise, I'm just gonna talk at you on the internet for a while, which should be maybe fun. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, so we have built basically the bulk of the first stage. This is the first stage of the Saturn V. I'm even wearing my little rocket pendant today. The first stage of the Saturn V, which we all know took Apollo to the moon, clearly it didn't have this hole in it, so I believe that's what we're going to be doing next, but we're almost done with the first stage, and I think today we might get through finishing this and doing the engines, so we'll talk about that while I build, and yeah, so let me pull up my book. I'm sorry, I'm having some issues with the camera angle, so I'm going to tilt that down slightly and move back. Oh, hello to France and from Denmark. This is awesome. It's so rad to me that I've got people from all over the world that follow these things and also just love space. Okay, so we're on bag 5. This has been like 3 hours and I'm only on bag 5. Granted, most people that do this aren't talking to themselves live on the internet. And Pete Conrad will probably be up. Pete Conrad, for those of you who don't know, is my cat. Named for the Apollo 12 commander, Pete Conrad. Actually, it's funny, he was poking at this. I wore my spacesuit in Denver, and he's been pawing at it all day, and I was like, you can't do that, and I realized that I made myself the commander of Apollo on this suit, even though obviously the patch still says Conrad, Bean, and Gordon, and I made title out of it, and I made myself commander of the mission. I know, I've never actually showed this thing off, but people ask about it all the time, and then I sewed washers on it for the suit inlay and outlet hoses. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the sexy female astronaut costume that I bought on Amazon about 6 years ago. The woman who's modeling the small must be about 8 feet tall. I had to hack 8 inches off the bottom of each leg and like nip it in the back. It's like a big bulky thing on me. It's hilarious. Super comfy though. I mean, I'd much rather wear that all day than like a little, outfit or anything. But yeah, so that's my costume. So Pete Conrad, the cat, might be up eventually. He's been nosing around when I'm away a lot. He gets really into like nuzzling mom, which is adorable, but also like, hey, you're kind of in the way all the time. Okay, so let's get started on this. So we're building, I'll put this right here. So we're building the little bits that will fill this in out here. I love step 103. Take a blue block. I love when it does that. It's like, good job. You think so highly of me, Lego. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be, these get so complicated. And we're back to the little hats. So I call these little hats. How much time have I spent on this already? Someone just asked, or I can see the questions popping up. I can't always recognize the handles if I do know you guys, or have seen you guys around, so. I have spent about 3 hours doing this already. again, I talk to myself while I do it for the sake of your entertainment. I hope this is entertaining. And yeah, so it's been a while, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, so we take these and then we put the little hingy bit on it, and then the little hats on it. Okay, we're doing this 4 times, so I'm just gonna do them all at the same time. 1. So Denver, I feel like I should talk about Comic-Con since I was just there and it's kind of in my head. I've never been to a con before. That costume, I have exactly 2 things that I would say could pass as cosplay in my life. One is that costume, and the other is the Atomic Pinup Girl costume, which is basically just a mushroom cloud. It's based on Lee Merlin, who is Miss Atomic Bomb 19. What? Oh, wait, sorry. I have to focus. Who is Miss Atomic Bomb? We did this. Miss Atomic Bomb 1957. And, yeah, they crowned her Miss Atomic Bomb 1957. She was the last of the Atomic Pinup Girls of the era. And, I made myself a little faux mushroom cloud like her thing is, because it's just the weirdest, like, mid-century Americana, like the Vegas Board of Tourism. Come, bring the family, see the lights of the Las Vegas Strip, and stick around for the mushroom clouds. Like, that was normal in the 50s, apparently. So weird. And the Atomic Testing Museum out there is absolutely fascinating. I have to be one of the few people who goes to Vegas and goes to museums. Yeah, there's a mob museum out there I've never been to, but I'm dying to see what's actually in there. The pinball museum is like my favorite thing out there, and the Atomic Testing Museum is absolutely fascinating. It's this fascinating look into what it was like mid-century out in Vegas, where they were just blowing things up in the desert. Okay, so now we're building, okay, doing this, what are we doing? The outie bits go out. Okay, so these ones go on top. And, okay, oh, wait, did I do this wrong? They look like it goes together more than mine does. Did I do this wrong? I'm confused, sorry. Sorry, I know this is riveting to, oh wait, I see what I did wrong, okay. This is awkward. That's a very misleading drawing. You've got this, I'm seeing people saying that their Saturn V took 3 hours to build, and I'm like, yeah, nope. Okay, so this goes in this way. So then, okay, so we put the gray one on top like this. No, like, I'm confused. Okay, so it's all on top of the thing. Okay, wait, this way. This keeps happening to me. Okay, it looks like this. This goes up top. This looks like it goes on the bottom, but mine's not, therefore not connected. It needs to be, like, properly connected, right? Okay. Oh, all these comments are coming in really fast. Nope. Okay. This is not going together the right way. So they have to end up like this. Okay, so it's like this. There we go. Okay, that's awkward. That drawing is awkward. Okay, so let's put this properly together. What else happened? Oh yeah, Denver Comic-Con. It was interesting. I've never been to a con. Yeah, I kind of just like wanted to spend more time sitting and not talking to anybody and just watching the costumes, because like the amount of effort that goes into some of that cosplay is like astounding. It was pretty impressive to see, but also just kind of amazing to watch all these people that are just like so into a thing to kind of become that character, and then just everybody in that space together. It was actually really neat, but exhausting. I always find those events exhausting. Especially something, I don't know how many people were there, but just that many humans in one space was just like, like even just walking through the conference hall was a challenge. It was neat though. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never seen one of those things before, so it was definitely an experience. I love that this set is 1,969 pieces, but like, oh gosh. Someone asked earlier about my tattoo. I saw that go out. The Gemini Regalo wing. I have a video about it. If you search tattoo on my channel, you'll find it. It was a defunct landing system that NASA investigated from 1961 to 1965 in an attempt to get away from splashdown landings, which I'll probably talk a little bit more about when I get to the point in this build of building the command service module. Well, more command module because the service module did not come back with the crew. So, yeah. Oh, I see this is all so finicky. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, the idea was to get away from splashdown landings, and it's a two-load paraglider sail that would be attached to the Gemini spacecraft with what am I saying? With wait, what? With cables so that a pilot could land it on a runway as opposed to splashing down passively into the ocean. Because when you think about it, all the pilots of the era were just like ace amazing pilots. So why have them plop down in the ocean and have them recovered like wet rats? The stat that I found out when I was first researching this for my master's thesis that always just kind of astounds me. Wally Schirra on his Mercury flight, his was the second to last Mercury flight. I think it was, I want to say it was 9 orbits if I'm remembering that right. I would honestly have to double check off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Sigma 7 was 9 orbits. And his whole thing was engineering precision, and he's an ace pilot, right? And how many of these? 4 of these and 1 of these. Okay. Sorry, focusing. I'm here. I'm still here. When he landed, there were 27 ships on hand to recover him from the ocean. And, you know, these were the prime recovery carriers, the secondary recovery vehicles, the tankers, the fueling ships to keep everyone who was the support crew around. I mean, this was an insane amount of manpower to recover a guy who was, by all accounts, an ace pilot from the ocean. So of course NASA wanted to get away from it. It was just it was a lot of manpower, a lot of things can go wrong with splashdown, as we saw with Gus Grissom's Liberty Bell 7 flight. Of course, the hatch opened prematurely and flooded with water, and he nearly drowned. And the footage of that is actually, there was a camera. I can't remember where I found this footage. It might have been from Spacecraft Films, which, if any of you guys are like super into all the archival footage, Spacecraft Films, my friend Mark Gray runs that. And he does just an absolutely beautiful job of restoring all of these things and putting them all together. I have there's a set for Mercury, for Gemini, and then every Apollo mission has a set. It's all the recovered footage. And I think it might be on one of those discs, that there's footage from a camera that was on the helicopter. Are you serious? So you guys can see the little knobbly bits. Okay, so this has to clip into the knobbly bit here. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this without breaking something. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting. Okay, wait, did I do that right, or no, I did that one backwards. Darn. Okay, wait. Yep. There we go. Okay. There. I don't know if the backwardsness matters, but I figure probably does. Okay. 3. Wait, here we go. There we go. Okay. And 1 more. 4. Okay. Huh. Yay. It's like a loose tooth. Okay. And now wait. Are you seriously just having me do the exact same thing 4 more times? Why didn't we just do 8 of those? Okay. Step 109. Okay, I just saw half a question. I forget what I was talking about before. But anyways, oh yeah, the footage that's on the helicopter that recovered Gus Grissom, you actually see it go underwater. It's terrifying. It's absolute madness, and it really gives you an amazing sense of how terrifying that would have been, and exactly why splashdowns were not something that anybody really wanted as a long-term solution. I just saw a question pop up about whether or not there are actually American flags left on the moon. Yes. There's no reason that they wouldn't still be there, the exception being Apollo 11. So when the crews landed, one of the first things they did was deploy a flag. Now, it was just a normal flag. I think it was ordered, I want to say, if I recall correctly, that it was just ordered out of a government catalog, like a Sears catalog almost. It was a standard flag, but the assembly was very specific. It was, where are the other little hats? Hang on, okay. It had an assembly. It was actually stored outside the spacecraft. It had to be built and put together in such a way that an astronaut would be able to open it and deploy it with bulky pressure gloves on. So it was put on a telescoping pole, right? So it sort of unscrewed and went long. And 3. Okay, sorry, I'm counting. I can do 2 things at once. But it also had to have an assembly that stored outside. It wouldn't melt if it was close to the engine of the lunar module descent stage, which it was, and also had to have grips and be able to be drilled into the surface enough to stand. So the rigging was pretty difficult. I actually have a video on that. If somebody reminds me later, I can repost that one or put that in the comments somewhere. Apollo 11 put theirs too close to the lunar module. Right, okay, so there's nothing that's going on, there's nothing on the moon to knock the flags over or do anything. Am I going to do this right? Why did we have to do these in separate batches? This is the exact same thing. Oh well. Yeah. So there's nothing that would destroy them. I mean, I guess the off chance that a meteor or something, or a asteroid or something, something impacts the moon. I mean, the moon's getting smacked with stuff all the time. I can never remember the exact term for meteor, meteorite, and meteoroid. Jeff Notkin would be very upset with me. Jeff Notkin, of course, being the meteorite man, who knows everything about everything falling from space. But they weren't protected. Like I said, they were just out of a catalog, so they wouldn't be protected from the intense sun's heat and radiation, and they would probably be bleached white by now. But they'd still be standing. The exception being Apollo 11. They put theirs too close to the lunar module, such that when it launched off the moon, there's footage of it, it just kind of went, it was blown over by the exhaust. So that one is no longer standing, but the kind of mess of it would still be there. There's no reason why it wouldn't. So that's the lunar the flags on the moon. I saw someone ask about Buzz and Trump with the space. I wrote it down. The National Space Council? Is that? Yeah, the National Science and Technology Council. I do actually. I want to research that. I've definitely heard of it, but it was, again, it's post the era that I focus in, so I don't know too much about the history of this council. I know it was founded ages ago with the idea of helping us go to Mars, so I kind of want to see what its initial kind of incarnation was, what it is now, and I put together some kind of thoughts on that. I am loving Buzz's face, though. That man does have some of the greatest facial expressions. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Goes this way. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Ah, darn it. Okay. Oh my god. Ugh. So, wait, hang on. Okay, 1. Keep seeing people ask about Pete. I don't know where Pete is. but he's adorable. He'll probably wake up, because I'll probably be here for like another hour. I don't know, when I've been away for a while. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of these. Because I don't want Pete to come and eat these tiny little things. Go this way, okay. Lots of people talking about Pete. Something in Cyrillic that I can't read. Pete, sorry guys, I keep seeing people ask Pete. Pete is my cat. He is, he's a little cat man. He's named for Pete Conrad, who rode in a Saturn V to the moon in 1969. So yeah, Pete. Eventually he'll probably wake up and come nose and eat things and then sit on the instruction manual so I can't read it, and then bite my foot and then go back to sleep, because that's kind of what he does. I don't know. I realized the other day, I've been telling people that he's 4, and I realized the other day that he's 5. So yeah, my little cat man's all grown up, but not, because he's still a cat. So yeah, that's Pete Conrad. Everybody screams so Pete wakes up. I mean, you could do that, but thankfully I don't. There's no sound. Otherwise, it would be a relentless chatter that would be really hard to talk over for the sake of your entertainment. I hope this is somewhat entertaining, at least a little bit. At least we're like getting somewhere on this rocket now. Gosh. Yeah. And people have asked me a lot if I ever actually met Pete Conrad. I did not. Pete Conrad died of, he was in a motorcycle accident in 1999, and it wasn't actually that bad an accident from what I can recall, but he was in he was somewhere in like, not rural, but like somewhere in Nowheresville in California, and he was just taken to a small county hospital, and nobody, like, he just wasn't given the treatment that he needed at the right time. So, sorry, we're snapping these back into these other little knobbly bits out here. He just wasn't given the right treatment at the time, and he died of complications, but he didn't need to. And that was sort of the worst part was, you know, there was, oh, I did this one backwards. Oh, concern it, I can't get that one out. I wonder if that matters. Do you think it matters, you guys? Let's see if the orange tool can help. So yeah, but I do remember when Pete Conrad died, it was announced on the news, and I was, 14 or something in Canada, and I remember being very sad. So yeah, it always seemed fitting to have my cat, Pete Conrad. I don't know. I always loved Pete Conrad. Okay, so our stage is almost complete here. There's only a few little bits of this to fill, and I see where we're going with our remaining pieces here. Okay, so we're building 2 of these. All right. Where did astronauts store their suits when they came back to Earth? Saw that fly by. I think most of them were donated to museums. I think most space museums have, yeah, only 2 of these, have suits. I mean, there's this an effort to refurbish Neil Armstrong's suit from 11. A lot of them, I feel like the last one I saw maybe at the, I want to say Air and Space Museum in DC. I think Dave Scott's suit is there. And what's really, really neat about that is that you can see there's still dust on the suit, which is just really, really neat. So yeah, suits were probably, whoa, darn it. I am clumsy today. Suits were likely mostly donated to museums. So in the 60s, the Apollo suits were not small, medium, large like they are now. They each was custom built, and every astronaut actually had multiple suits. One was the flight suit, one was a training suit, and one was a backup suit. So it wasn't like, okay. So these are going into the big gaps right here. So they weren't, a suit was never going to be like, oh, that looks pretty neat. Yay. So the suits were never going to be worn by someone else or reused by someone else. I mean, they might have been, training suits might have been reused, but for the most part, they were, they were custom suits that weren't going to be going around to other astronauts. Okay, we are almost done. This bag. Wow, people kept telling me that this got easier after I got the first 4 bags done and got the bulk of the first stage done. You guys were totally right. And yes, I did see the question. Punk rock bowling. Yes, that's the shirt that I threw on today because I haven't been home long enough to do laundry. Yes, I do bowl. I'm not very good at it, but I do really, really want to get a bowling ball that's a map of the moon, so I'm going to figure out how to do that. All right, we are done bag 5. So our first stage is, like, actually pretty done. How cool does this look? Yes. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so now we're on to... Oh, there's another... I'm going to... Okay, yeah, all these little extra pieces. I know I was told that extra pieces are nothing to be scared of, but yeah. Okay, so bag 6. Bag 6. Okay, so now we are building the engines. Ooh, okay, the F1 engines. So this is where if I was in public, I would do a show of hands, but so I don't know if you guys want to like shout it out in the comments. I can't totally see, but how many of you guys have actually seen Saturn V in person? I see nothing, so I'll assume some of you. Yay! The first time I saw Saturn V in person, I was completely astounded. You guys know that I generally like have a family-friendly show, and especially when I'm around kids, I'm very aware to like, you know, be family-friendly and inverted. When I walked out, so okay, the Apollo Saturn Museum at Kennedy is open to the public. If you ever go. It is so awesome. They do this, the beginning of the exhibit is a very like America revision of the space race. Kind of gives you the highlights. Very much kind of it's the American side, but it is really nicely done. Oh, here comes Pete. It's very nicely done, and then it opens and takes you into, they've redone the firing room from Apollo 8. Come on up, babe. Come here. Come here. You're allowed. You know you can jump up on the counter. When I moved in here, I had no furniture, so I couldn't exactly keep Pete off the one thing that would put him eye level with me. He's going to get up here in a second. So, kitten. So then they take you through the firing of Apollo 8. It's like really, really beautifully done. And then they open the doors into the main exhibit, and you are at the business end of the Saturn V. And it is just like the most incredible thing. It's just like you think this rocket is big. You've seen pictures of it. It looks big. It's so, like, the only thing that could escape my mouth was like there were kids everywhere. I was just like, oh, mother, babe. It's astounding. It's astounding how big it is. If you guys ever have a chance to see a Saturn V in person, go. Every time I get to be near one, I make a point of sitting down and just like staring at it for a minute. Seriously? Dude. Okay, so yeah, Saturn V. So the F1 engines, there's one, it's a Pete stream now. So the F1 engines, there's one in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. It's hard to get a sense of it when it's one on its own. Okay. Ooh. But it's still, it's neat. I don't have the stats off the top of my head. I should have actually pulled up the schematic from NASA of this so I would have stats to rattle off to you guys. Ooh, metally looking bits. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Okay. I keep seeing people saying that sorry guys, my internet's not the greatest. If anybody out there wants, I've got a playlist on my channel called Here's How We Went to the Moon or something. That's all the moon landing hoax videos. If someone wants to go post that in the comments, that'd be awesome. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, can you guys see, look, he's just lying down right, how do they know? How do cats know exactly what you're using so that you can't use it? I love you, but good God, you're just always in the worst place, aren't you? If you weren't so stinking cute. Oh, okay. We're gonna, sorry, baby. Sorry. Okay, stay. All right. So we're gonna stick these in places. That's what she said. Okay. Oh. Wait. Okay. Oh, it doesn't go in that far. Okay. This is making me nervous. This one's making me nervous. I feel like I'm gonna break something doing this. I don't like having this thing lying down. This is also making me feel like I'm gonna snap a piece off. I'm just waiting for the, thank you, Pete. I'm waiting for the day that like I put this up and store it somewhere and I knock it over and I have to start all over again. It just goes to show I would urge everybody who's doing this or has done this, don't lose that oh, see, I just popped a chunk off. Don't lose the instruction manual just in case. There we go. Okay. So we need one of these. Wait, there's a lot of round bits. One of these and 4 of these. Okay. Oh, Pete. I mean, if you're gonna be here, can you at least help me sort parts? I keep telling him that he, like, at some point he's got to grow thumbs and get a decent grasp on the English language just to help me out. Like, earn your keep, Pete. You have one job, and that's just sitting here being cute. So he's pretty good at his one job. I know people are probably yelling at me to separate the pieces. I can't do that because Pete will just eat them. So at least if there's one bowl of them, I can keep him out of the one bowl. If I have to keep him out of like 7, he'll get something. He'll get something and he'll take it and he'll hide it under the fridge and then it'll be gone forever. And then I'll be sad. Pete is 5. Pete is all of 5 years old. I think I mentioned that I do not think of him as being 5 in my head. There he goes. There he goes. In my head, I thought he was 4. I've been thinking he was 4 for a while. Don't eat it. Don't. No. Wait. Don't. Dude. Nope. Okay. Wait. Boop. There we go. Okay. And then these. Okay. Wait. This way. No. 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 Honey, I need those. I need those. Sorry, we're doing the delicate job of threading these things to, like, secure them to the base, and I am peon. There we go. Okay, no, I can't have you stealing those. I feel like he's gonna get bored and leave soon. Just don't eat the plastic. His whole thing, he loves to eat plastic, and it's so bad for him. And I'm like, I don't get a kitty bowel obstruction. So I spend like a good chunk of every day just moving things like plastic bags and elastic bands. Oop. Wait. Doggone, there we go. Away from him so he doesn't die. Little munchkin. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, I did that one backwards. I'm an idiot. Oh, shoot. I did 2 of them backwards. Okay, wait. There we go. Riveting content, guys. Riveting. At least there's a cat for entertainment value. Wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, this is the one I popped off. Okay. Here we go. Blorp. I'm going to jab my eyes out. Oh, damn it. I'm going to jab my eyes out on one of these things. Damn it. Okay. Nope, that's still upside down. Good job, Amy. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, then we need 2 of the flat bits and 1 of the coney bits. Are there real terms for things like flat bits and coney bits? Oh, those little pieces are going to be such a pain. Do I need moderators? Yes. That's actually something I've been looking into, and honestly, guys, I just haven't been home long enough to, like, figure this out. Go to my site, find my email. You can drop me a note if you're interested, and let me know how that might work. Because that would be, I would love to have some of you guys helping me with the live stuff and also, you know, posting things that might be of interest to people and kind of answer questions, because I can't be doing all of it at the same time, sadly. Because I've got some neat things coming up that would be worth doing live, and it'd be nice to kind of have people helping. Why won't you do this? Fit. What? There. Okay. These. Isn't this riveting? Isn't this riveting? Someone says careful. Wait. Doggone it. Sorry, I should to quote Ken Mattingly. Gall daggit. Nope. Gall daggit? Doggone it? I can't remember. But the cutest cursing of all time. Apollo 16. Okay. So we just did that. Okay, ooh, now we're getting these ones done. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna twist this a little bit. Helper cat. 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. Okay. Sometimes I wonder what's in his head when he just like gets up and darts away. There's nothing over there. He's very interested in my keys all of a sudden. He's also sniffing the spacesuit like mad. Coffee is also delicious. Okay. Oh. Don't you dare. Have I been to the NASA centers? Okay. Pete should have his own channel, but then I'd have to curate another channel. I can't even have the energy and the brain space to have him have his own Instagram account. Okay, NASA centers, that's something I can talk about while I put this together. Maybe. Bye, Pete. Okay, wait, it goes like this. Okay, this is what the engines are gonna look like. I've been to, there are a lot of NASA centers. There's a lot more than people realize, I think. One of the ones that we never think, ooh, sometimes he scares me when he nibbles on my feet, you weirdo. There's a lot more than people realize. Ames, I feel, is the one that no one ever thinks about in California. I have been to JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. I have been to, okay, wait, so this goes with this facing on the inside. Yeah. So JPL in California. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center out in Florida. I've been to the Goddard Space Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. I've been to, did I say Houston? The Johnson Space Center in Houston. Well, there we go. I have not been out to the Glenn Research Station or Center that is out in Ohio. Actually, Ohio is, like, I'm dying to go to Ohio. I know the joke is that more astronauts have been from Ohio than any other state, but because of that, there's all kinds of really good museums and stuff out in Ohio. There's an Air Force museum in Ohio I am dying to go to. I just need, like, a reason to go beyond, like, my own self. You know, if I can get funding for a trip, like, I'll totally go. The other place, like, there's weird places that have good things. There isn't a NASA center out there, but the Cosmosphere, oh my god, what is happening? There's like it's like a tiny little megaphone. It's a little megaphone. Okay, it's not, but it's funny. So we're building the F5s. This is happening. This is gonna look so cool from this end. I love this end. It's Saturn V. Yeah, the Cosmosphere in Kansas is another one that has, like, amazing stuff that I've never been to, but I am actually going to an event out in Kansas. People have been asking me about that. I can't remember what exactly it's called because my calendar is already booked through the end of the year. But people have been asking me about this event in Kansas in November, and I am going. And I'm so excited to go out to the Cosmosphere and actually see that. I forget It used to have Liberty Bell 7, but it's on tour right now. Where are you going? Sometimes when he walks across the apartment, I feel like he's stalking me. Pete is an inside cat. I don't want him doing things like getting smushed by a car or bringing me dead animals. He brings me dead rats, but like plush rats that I bought him at IKEA, so it's not super weird, but yeah. I feel like Apollo 13 might be in... What's that stamp talking about? Kansas? I feel like that might be out there. There's a lot of neat things. I've been to, of course, NASA headquarters. Oh, he's playing with a paper bag now. I've been to NASA headquarters in DC a number of times. It's, DC is the one where you're like, that's neat, because it's where all of the things live. Dude, knock it off. There's a bag of groceries over there. There we go. I need 2 of these claws. So headquarters is like, you think it's kind of like where everything is based, and like that's true, but it's also just an office building. Like it's surprisingly not super spacey, but like it is. But I don't know. My draw in Washington is honestly like that's where the archives live, and I love me some archives. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like Washington. It's also down the street from the Smithsonian, so it's really neat. Last time I was there, I was doing a press conference for New Horizons, and I had like an hour of free time, so my buddy Con and I just like disappeared and went to the Smithsonian for an hour to just quickly look around at everything. It was just like, why would you not do that when you're 2 blocks away and it's free? Like it's great. It's super neat to be out there. Definitely recommended just to swing by if you're ever near DC. Sorry, I just saw someone ask if there will be a part 4 because they're leaving. Probably, because I actually have, I don't have tons of time today, but we're going to try to get through as much as possible. What? This is nuts. We're building, okay, I'm going to try to move this so you guys can see. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through today, but, yeah. That's happening. Okay, wait. What? Okay, put this on. This is, okay, little hat, and then, then the megaphone. So it looks like this. Did I do this right? Looks like this. That's interesting. Okay, I'm not... So how many of you guys out there have actually built these? Am I, like, did it take you this long to build? I'm curious to hear how other people have gone doing this thing, because this is, I don't know. I've said it in my previous streams. This is not something that I ever do, so I'm not super good with strategies. It's like the first time I built, I should bring it up here, but the first model I built was actually a Saturn V, and it's the one that used to be in the back of my videos, and then Pete knocked it over, and I knocked it over, and everyone was breaking it all the time, and it was just like, whatever. So now it's glued together. It used to come apart so you could actually show people what was inside. You couldn't see all the tanks. It didn't really come apart like that. But it was still a pretty good model, and I didn't think to paint it before I built it, so I had to, like, paint straight lines on this giant tube, and I was like, wow, good job, title. So I learned. So I always feel like once you've done a model or two, you kind of have a better idea of like how to do these things. So this being my first proper attempt with Lego, I'm really not the best. Okay, wait, where? What? What? Okay. Okay, so we're just building up. This looks like, it looks like a fuel injector plate is what this looks like. I'm pretty sure it's just a piece, and I'm like reading into what it is. Just trying to make sure I'm putting them on in the correct orientation here. Is that right? No, it's supposed to be more in. Is this right? Wait, does it go? Yeah. Golly. Oh, nope, that's the wrong way. I don't know, did I do this one? No, wait, there we go. This is damn it. Wait, maybe I put, what if I can't cheat it? There we go. Okay. Is anybody, I saw a John Aaron reference. I don't know. Oh, wouldn't it be so great if there was like a little SCE in here? Okay, so talk about inside joke. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having, it's because, okay, it's the direction that my light is so that you can like have relatively decent lighting. I actually can't see what I'm doing right now. Also, Pete's going crazy over there. Oh my god, how late is it in America? I'm sorry, I saw that. Damn it. Okay, wait. Let's cheat slightly and just do it this way. It's 1 o'clock, 1:48 where I am. Lorp. Oh, darn it. Nope. This is super annoying. Ah, there. I think. Should I do that one right? Yeah. Okay. Wait, here we go. There we go. Okay. But where's the center one go? Oh, consarn it. Ah! Can you guys hear Pete in the background just going completely nuts? Okay, and then where? There, okay. This is what we're starting to look like from the business end of the Saturn V, as I call it. Okay. Alright, now we're getting to the, like, proper engine bells, which are these. Okay, so we take 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 5. Okay, wait. And, oh, 1, 2. No, I did those ones. Wait. Oh, these look the same. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll move this so you guys can kind of see. Where's the last one? 5. Okay. So, okay. Stack the one hat onto the 4 hat. And then put this on top of it and then stick it in this thing. Okay. So then it looks like that. So that's going to be, yeah, okay. So we do that 5 times because there are 5 F1 engines. I feel like I should have done some back reading on the F1 so that I would have more to say than what I know off the top of my head. Because technical details are the things that I'm like, I know the general story, but I can't remember off the top of my head exactly like all the questions that you guys have asked me that I've looked into in the past. Saturn V had 5 F1 engines on the first stage, which is what we are building right now. They generated a combined, I think, was it 1.5 million pounds of thrust, so for 7.5 million pounds of thrust when the Saturn V left the Earth. Ooh, he's tearing around right now. So these F1 engines were, they burned kerosene and liquid oxygen. which is a pretty classic combination for rocketry. They are still the most powerful, largest engines that we have ever seen launching into space. So yeah, things like the Falcon Heavy. Should we put these on? Yeah. So there, we put that on. Things like the Falcon Heavy and the SLS, those are both going to have more power than the Saturn V. But as it stands, Saturn V with its 5 F1 engines are the most powerful ever built. Again, they're massive, far larger than you expect necessarily. So if you do get a chance to go see one in person in a museum somewhere, do it, because they're awesome. There we go. That looks awesome! I'm so excited about that. Okay. Alright, now we're building... I don't know. Okay. Now we're building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not totally sure what bit we're building right now. Oh, wait. Oh, we're building like the cover around that goes over the top of the engine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this. What are you doing, little stalker? Okay, so they look like this. So it's gonna look like that. Pete's running around on the floor. He might come back up, guys. Yeah. So what else about the Saturn V? Let me see, I should pull this up because you guys have asked some good questions. I just... Wait, did I do this on the correct side? Yes. Ah! Nope, I did that one backwards. Darn. It's orange tool time. Does this thing have a name? Or is it okay that I just keep calling it the orange tool? Because that's descriptive. Ow! There we go. Okay. So from this side, it goes this way. That's what I'm always worried that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like put things on backwards and not realize it until I'm about to put all the bits together, and then I'm like, oh great, this one piece started backwards, now I have to undo the whole thing. I'm trying to avoid that. Saturn V. I don't know. What else, guys? It's hard talking to yourself on the internet. Is it a holiday today? Is there no work and no school today? Can someone answer that for me? Because being freelance, I know, I'm sorry guys. That's why I'm wondering if there's no school in today. Seems like there might not be. Being freelance, I don't really think about things. I know tomorrow's the 4th, but I don't really think about how like normal work goes. Like I'm working today and I work every day, so okay, half day, that would make more sense. I kind of forget that like this is the whole thing, that like it doesn't stop. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so where is this connecting to? What? I did this right. Oh, no. What? Oh. Sorry, that was a lot of talking to myself. Oh. Wait, really? No. I'm very confused. How in the hell does this one go together? Sorry, I'm like struggling right now. Why? This is so not clear to me right now. It says this. What is it pointing to? Guys, I'm on step 126. Does anyone have any tips? Oh my god. Had it right. It's on the white bit, but there's no attachment to the white bit. Or is it? Oh, I get it. All right. Oh my god. That was not the most obvious. Ah! Clicking means you did it right. I think that's right. Does that look right, guys? Yeah. What? I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I think I did that one wrong. Oh, I get it. Okay. No, I did it right. I'm gonna get her. Sorry guys, that took me a second. Okay. All right. I see what's going on here. Jeez, this is so finicky is the wrong word. I mean, it's definitely finicky, but it's so like intricate. That's the word. Okay, so now we have to build the other side of those. Okay, so we do the same thing again, but the mirror image. Okay, 3. I didn't think about the fact that it was a holiday today, guys. Sorry, and that everything would be done at noon. Eventually, we'll figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one other piece that I need for this. No, that's it. Okay. So for these ones, you hold it on this side. So they're gonna come together. These things are gonna close and make a little like engine cover bit. It's an interesting little bit of the design. And someone just asked from watching the comments, I'm trying a little bit to keep tabs on things, but it's too fast to really see, and I'm trying to focus on actually getting this thing done. Okay. It's this way, right? Yeah, this way. Okay. See, times like this, I don't know what the copyright thing is if I can have music on in the background, but this is when I would like to have music on in the background. Okay. So for those of you asking, maybe I should just say this now too. For those of you asking about moderators, I've started a thing. I just have to get it set up. And apologies if you're watching and part of this, but for Patreon, if you fund at a certain level, you get to be an all-the-time moderator on Vintage Space. So if you guys are interested, I'm still figuring out exactly how this is going to work, but there's more info on that on my Patreon page if you guys are curious. So that's, did I do this right? Yeah, so that's one thing if you guys are wondering about, you can go and look that stuff up now, but I'm going to figure that out once I'm not traveling all the time and actually have a chance to go through all of those records and figure out exactly who's doing what and when and where. I'll be getting that stuff organized, but in the meantime, I really need Pete to grow thumbs. Yeah, so some of you guys are asking to see the instructions. This is what they look like. It's super, like, it's not the most obvious kind of how these things go together, but yeah. Okay, so this is what confused me so much. Okay, so you can kind of see they're like up and out in these super weird ways. So they then rotate down to make these little engine covery bits. So that's what I was super confused about, because I was like, this is not a thing on a rocket. So we're just gonna fold them together now. Bloop. Ah. Okay, This is what I mean, that it's such an intricate element of this design. But there, that's looking good. Okay. All right. So then we've got, okay, so now we're building the things that go in here, so it's all gonna be a nice smooth piece. Okay, so we're gonna do, so we're gonna start on two. So bending down so I stay somewhat in the frame. Nope, where are these? 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? 4, okay. So taking the little black bit and putting this thing on here. 3, 4, and then we're gonna stick white ones on. Eep. Okay, so they're looking like this. 2. Ah, darn it. 3. And the last one, 4. Okay. And now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait, I can count. There we go. Okay. All right, and then, what? Okay. Sorry, I really just don't want to do it backwards and have to undo it all again. I feel like I got my, I think I mentioned it last year when I went to Space Fest, but I got, I recently got one of my new, so you guys have all seen, okay, sorry, words are hard. So I've actually, you guys have seen the wall behind me in my videos, which is all astronaut autographs, and I do promise I'm going to do a video that's a tour of the autograph collection very soon. But I got my Mike Collins framed finally, and I think I might show you guys that at the end of this, because I'm really, really excited that it's finally done. It's beautiful. It's actually custom ordered the print to have signed. It's not a common one. At this point, I'm just focusing and ranting, guys. So you know that famous image where it's, everyone on Earth, whoever existed, is in that picture except Mike Collins, because he's taking the picture. It's 2 frames before that, right as he called Earthrise, after they landed on the moon and were coming back up for rendezvous before going back home. It's just the sliver, there's a tiny sliver of the Earth's horizon over the moon's horizon, sliver of the Earth over the moon's horizon. It's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And I got him to sign that one for me, and I'm super excited that it's finally, it just took me ages, but it's finally ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna stick this down. Now, how does this fit? Oh, it goes over this thing. Oh, there we go. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Do this one so you guys can see it. The Voyager computers. Specific question about the Voyager computers, or just like Voyager computers? I don't totally know. Like basic overall things about the Voyager computers off the top of my head. But if you guys have a question about that stuff, leave that in the comments, or leave it, yeah, I don't know the comments here. I don't think the chat questions actually all populate afterwards. But if you do want to leave those, that's something that I can definitely look up afterwards. Oh, these fins are awkwardly tiny. Are they that small? Huh. Sorry, I'm comparing it to my other model. Huh. Weird. Sorry, I'm looking at my other model. I guess my other model is on the launch platform, so it looks, I don't know. This seems odd. Okay. I don't want to put the fins on yet. Okay, we're just gonna pop it upright so that I don't break the fins off. The fins are tiny. They're way bigger than this. They gotta be bigger than this. Okay, so 4 fins. I know, I've seen a lot of comments about the fins of all things, actually. Is it 2 o'clock? Okay. 3, 4. Okay. And then the last little bit is just filling in these spaces. So we're going to do that real quick. So 4 of these blocks. And then just the round pieces, just fill it out. 2, 3. Yeah, more about the aesthetic than the actual size regarding fins, definitely. It looks beautiful. It totally looks beautiful, but they do seem very small and very, very flimsy compared. If they were real size. Whew. Okay. Still just looking gorgeous. My God, I love how beautiful this is. Okay, so then that fills that out here. This is awesome. This looks so good. Okay, and that is our first stage done. That's awesome. Look how beautiful that looks. Put it sideways so you can kind of see the whole thing, how it's all come together. I love this. I love the detail of having the orange bit over this so that it looks just like striking, even though when you see it, obviously it's not just like on fire all the time. So yeah, that's pretty fun. We're gonna do one more bag because I don't actually want to do this build in like 48 million parts. I'd like to keep it maybe 4 or 5. So we're gonna start on bag 7, which is starting the second stage. Holy crap, this was like 5 hours, but also talking. Okay, so what did I say? Bag 7, bag 12. There's 12 bags in here. And I'm trying not to leave, there's bag 7. I'm trying not to leave all the trash out for Pete's sake. Like literally for Pete's sake, because I don't want him to die. So bag 7 is going to be the innards of the second stage of the Saturn V. Okay, so the second stage of the Saturn V has the most interesting story. It was actually the last part. Sorry, loud. Well, that got somebody's attention, didn't it? Pete's coming back. Come on. The internet likes you. Get up here, you little butt. Bring your cat butt up here. I'm gonna put this down because I'm afraid of him knocking it over. Actually, I don't want to break the fins off. Doggone it. Don't eat that. Sorry guys, now you're just looking at cat stomach. Life with a cat, right? I'm gonna take these off so I can lay it down. I'm super nervous that Pete's just gonna ram into it and knock it off the table. Okay, the Saturn V second stage. I think it was the last piece of the rocket that was the last piece of the contract that was let. And it's super interesting because it was built by none of that. See, I knew he'd go right. Get out of here. It was built by North American Aviation, which had built had already won the contract for the command service module, which it got that contract before the mission mode was ever decided. So North American was building the command service module before NASA knew it was doing lunar orbit rendezvous, which in itself is just an insane story. It's why there's a block 1 and block 2. I've got a long blog post about that one that I do want to do for you guys. Okay, so I put this together. Then it put in the bid to build the second stage, which sort of seems like you're already building the spacecraft. Why do you also want to build a part of the rocket? So it eventually won the bid for the second stage, but by then Boeing was already building the first stage, which is what we just finished, and McDonnell Douglas, which built the Mercury and Gemini spacecraft, was already building the third stage. So North America comes in, I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but fairly late in the game, to start building the second stage. And by then, right, weight is a premium when you're doing something with a big rocket or landing on the moon, because the more weight you have, the more mass you have to get off the ground, the more fuel you need, the heavier your fuel, the more you need to get off the ground, and eventually you can't leave. So North American was stuck, this is actually super interesting, it was stuck trying to keep the weight of that stage so low down that it actually had to come up with this design called a dual bulkhead. And this is actually so cool, and I really want to dig into it. I actually met a guy at Space Fest last year who worked on the dual bulkhead, and I really want to dig into it, and I know his family. I have no time to tell his story, but his name is Chuck, and he is 89, and he's lovely. Gotta open these. So the dual bulkhead means that, so usually when you have two tanks, you have your liquid oxygen, and in the first stage you have your liquid oxygen and your kerosene, and they're in two separate tanks, and there is space between them because they're at different temperatures, right? And what you don't want is your super cold cryogenic liquid oxygen coming into contact when it isn't supposed to with your kerosene, because that can't end well. So the second stage, if I'm recalling correctly, which I believe I am, burned a mix of liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, both cryogenic, but they had to be stored at different temperatures. So having a dual bulkhead meant that they had a shared wall between those two tanks, which is incredibly difficult because you have to keep these two things at a different temperature, but they're sharing a wall. So that actually became one of the biggest engineering challenges of building the second stage. And I can already tell you guys, based on what it looks like in here, they sort of have, like, this would be the proxy dual bulkhead, but not the same way. It's also super interesting because it's shaped kind of like this. Like it's a half dome. So pressure is down from one side on the top of a dome as opposed to the bottom, which is your much more like secure shape. Super interesting story, the dual bulkhead of the second stage, and one that I eventually, again, remember how I mentioned that you guys, I was working on all these massive things? That's one of the massive things I'm trying to get my head around and actually like get to working on and writing for you guys. So eventually it'll happen, but don't think there was a pressure difference between the two. I've actually been talking, so you guys have been mentioning Scott Manley like that. Scott and I have been talking about pressure-fed engines because I am working on pressure-fed engines a little bit right now. I don't believe there was a pressure differential between the two. I think they were just, as it burned, the fuel would flow down. Usually you don't have a pressure-fed engine unless you're in space where you don't have things like gravity helping you. So a pressure-fed engine is usually in space when you have Ullage Motors, so okay, if you think about it, so we're stopping building and we're talking about fuel now, and this is so out of context, but if you have a fuel tank and there's fuel in it but you're in zero gravity, it's just going to kind of pool together in the middle, and you need it to be against the pipes to actually get into the combustion engine to start building, right? So you have what are called Ullage Motors, and what they do is they just kind of kick the spacecraft a little bit so that you're here and that will just enough force to push the fuel towards the end. The problem is you still don't have necessarily the more pressure in the engine to burn, more pressure in the fuel tanks to force the fuel and the oxidizer into the combustion chamber to start that reaction. You're just basing it on however much force you have as your engine is moving or your spacecraft is moving. The force of it, the opposite force, will force the fuel into the combustion chamber through the tubing. A pressure-fed engine fills the empty space in the tank with gas to force it out faster. So pressure-fed engines usually used in space if you need it, but there are few rocket designs from the 60s that did use pressure-fed engines leaving the ground, and that's what Scott and I have been talking about. But I do not know off the top of my head I'm pretty sure the first stage wasn't pressure fed. I don't know about the second stage, but I don't think so, because it was not operating in a vacuum at all. I gotta look that up. Again, I say it all the time, you guys. I'm not totally sure if it was pressure fed. I know most pressurizing gases are nitrogen. I don't know if it did or did not. I'll have to look that one up. Okay, so we're building a thing. Wait. There we go. Okay. Are we only building one of these? Yeah. One. Yeah. There we go. 3. Here, and the last one over here. Okay. So it looks like this, and then we take what pieces are, what am I, oh, these pieces. Okay, so then we take our slanty bits. So remove the bowl so you can actually kind of see the table. Sorry, I know it's not the best camera angle, but live streaming off of a computer is so annoying. The phone is easier, so we're kind of stuck on the phone. Where is that other slanty piece? Come on, slanty piece. There we go, slanty piece. Okay, so 4 of these and 4. I'm growing to hate the little hats because I feel like they're just gonna they're gonna disappear all the time. These tiny little like caps. Nope, that's not the right one. No, these aren't the right ones. Nope. What color is that indicating? Weird. Sorry, I'm gonna show you guys this. Step 140. Let me see when it's there. Step 140. See how the little hat is, it looks like it's sparkling? I am not totally sure what that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be this one or this one, but this one doesn't have the little uppy bit on it. So I think it's gonna be these ones. Seeing people talk about signed books, I could do a book giveaway. I haven't done a book giveaway in a really long time, actually. And I do have books, finally. It takes forever to get them. I could do a book giveaway. Would you guys want books? Yeah, I could probably make that happen. I mean, I can, because like I can do that. The gold ones. So is this gold? Someone's saying transparent red, but it looks like it has to do the it looks like it needs the one that has like the little uppy bit on it. Some people are saying yes. Sparkle means it's clear, but the clear ones don't have the cap on them. Unless I'm missing ones. The only clear ones are flat on top, so I don't think that can be it. And there's only 4 of them. Let me jump ahead and see what the flat ones look like. Huh. Yeah. It says that again, but mine aren't clear. I don't know. Nope, they come in later. And they're, look, this is, yeah, the gold ones. Okay, thank you. All right. Ooh, we're good. Okay, so we're putting this together. Wait, no, these are the wrong ones. Wait, what? Oh, come on. There are different shaped slanty bits? Really? So, I'm looking for slanty bits like this, but that have like knobbly bits on the sides like this one. I'm looking for a combination of this. This one. Ah, okay. I could do another giveaway of signed books. I'll have to come up with some good trivia, though. 2, 3, 4, and then these 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, looks like this, and then these knobbly L shapes. Yeah. Darn it. Wait. Oh, I 100% did that wrong. They go this way. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then these go on top. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then, all right, and then we take 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, 4 of these, and is it these ones? Yeah, 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're gonna build little things. To put on this. Okay. So like this, like, come on. These are all going super fast, and I can't tell if they're relevant. There we go. And then like this. So we're building these things to add, yeah, attachment points on the outside. Again, a lot of this is, you know, to get the piece count up, I'm pretty sure. Oop. Golly. Keep dropping things today. 3. And 4. Okay. Thank you, someone, for leaving a "this comment is not relevant" comment. That was good. Something I would do. Okay. So then we are attaching them like so. Yes. Oh my God, someone just mentioned Mastermind. I haven't been to one of those in ages because I don't live in Canada anymore, but that was such a great store. Okay, so now we are putting tank bits on it. There's cat hair on everything. This is the problem with Pete. He just like pops up onto a thing and just has to shed everywhere. Oh, this is gonna be another like, I get the sense this is gonna be like the frustration of like the final stages of the first stage before it got like enough structural integrity to not fall apart. Of it just being like delicate and falling aparty until it has enough bits on the outside to make it strong. This is gonna be another. Okay, so we did that, and then we're back to these. One of these, yeah, and then 2 of these. Okay, and we're gonna put this crossways here. And then this up here. Okay, and then we're taking 2 of these white benches and a shorter gray one. That's right. Okay. Did I do that right? There. Okay. Tank. Yay, tank. Okay. And now more of these. So a lot of this is just building like the little attachment points for other pieces, which makes sense. So putting these together again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. And then they go on the attachment points up here. I get the sense it's going to be the upper tank that attaches to that. Okay, so it's starting to look a little bit more like a thing. All right. Okay, and then we take the other ones of this. So yeah, so this is what I was talking about, sort of with the dual bulkhead. It's one attached. See, this is where I wish I could have. Pete is sleeping on the couch. Pete gave up. He's zonked. So whether it is by design or to try to stay more or less historically accurate, again, remember guys, I wanted to try to leave one of these panels off to show the inside, but you can kind of see after building the first tank in the first tank in the first stage, we did this like thing in the middle to separate the two tanks. This would be the Lego equivalent, I guess, of having the common bulkhead, where you only have one layer separating it instead of space between, so that makes heat management between the two very, very, very difficult and awkward. Someone said where the rest of it is because it was bigger. Yeah, so this is what confused me when I started. Right? So you're gonna build up with the outer stuff. You're gonna build up with the black and white bits for the actual sort of the stuff that we see on top of this, because you've got all the attachment points. So that's why it's, I don't know, it's like deceptively tiny. Okay, so we're gonna keep putting these tanks up here. So tank walls right there. So 1, 2, there we go. Oh, 3 and 4. Okay. And then it's going to be another one of these across the top here for stability. And then, ooh, different kind of knobbly bit. Okay. And then 2 of these little benches. These are benches. 2 of these. Yeah. 1 of these. 1 of these. And 2 of these. These are the different knobbly bits. That's what I was talking about. So you take this. Okay. So these on either end. Wait, nope. This here. All right. And then that goes up top here. There we go. Okay. Knobbly bit is the technical term as far as I'm concerned, because I don't know what else to call them. Okay. So we've got 2 more of these. Whoop. And a couple of these. So this just goes under here to build it up. There we go. Okay. And they're going to go right here. Okay, these are going to go here. Okay. It sort of looks like a weapon. All right. Okay, now we're back into the land of white hats. Hats. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I just threw that at myself. That was pretty good. Okay. So this, and this. Okay, so we're building up these little things. Okay, 2, 3, and Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna put these over here. So they're going here. At least, oh, maybe this is only one. No, this has to be the only tank. Yeah, okay. All right. So we're taking 3 of these, 3 of the long bits. Okay. The little hats are called studs. I like little hats better. Okay. How many of you guys either actually build like are more here for Lego and less here for the rocket? The little hats, posts. Posts, I still like little hats. I agree, Stephen Ball. Okay. So now we're building, I think what we're doing, the long plates, I don't know. You guys don't like my made up words? The longy bits? Okay. We're taking little flat white bits and little white benches. These are benches. And flat whites just make me think of Australia. It's a type of coffee. Okay. And one of these. See, I remember Lego just being these, just blocks. Back in the day. Okay. So the bench, and then the flat bit. So it's starting to look like that. Bench, flat bit, bench, whoop, flat bit, bench, and flat bit. Okay, so we got that. I love that there is a step. Step 154. Put this here. Did it. Okay. So now, why do they make this? Look at how complicated this bit is. Does it have to look like a mini robot inside the Lego contraption? All right. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oop, these are stuck together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I gotta focus on this one, so I'm just gonna narrate this bit. That was my elbow that just popped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hooks. Hooks. See? I'm not crazy. 1, 2, 3. 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is like building little mini Frankensteins or something. Okay, so this, the red hook on one side and the yellow hook on the other side. 2 hats. Oh my god. 2 hats and a knobbly cube. And a knobbly cube. Okay, so that's what that is. The original design was 1973 pieces. That's really funny. So we're doing 4 of those. Okay. So Red Hook. I went to Red Hook once, New York. It took me 26 hours to get there. My cousin got married out there. It was very pretty, but it took me 26 hours to get to Red Hook. That was the most intense traveled, single travel day. I think one of the most intense. I once went to Australia. I'd started in France, I think. I want to say I was in France. I stopped for a day in Toronto and then did Vancouver, Honolulu, Sydney, and it was just whew. That is a long time to be sitting in an airplane. Yeah, that was a little bit insane, that schedule, but got to go to Sydney. Okay. Two hats. 2 hats, okay. All right, so then, okay. Okay, so they attach onto those pokey bits. Australia may as well be another planet in terms of time travel. I've been out there twice. I love it. It is intense getting out there. Starting in LA, I was in Australia for National Science Week last year. I was one of the international speakers. It was me and Brian Cox, and I was just like, that's kind of awesome. I was in Melbourne. Oh my God, I spent a week after that trip in Melbourne, and I just fell in love with it. Melbourne was awesome. I got an Airbnb right on like I want to say, if I'm remembering my map correctly, the northeast corner of the CBD. It was awesome. I did not ever also have to drive on the opposite side of the road because that would have been terrifying to me. I went out actually, and I gotta do a video about this too. I know it's been like over a year, it's so bad. But I went out to Tidbinbilla, which is the actual name of the Canberra tracking station. And because all NASA sites are also nature preserves, I will move this so you guys can see that I'm putting little white hats on little black posts. Out in it's a nature preserve, so you're driving up, and you're driving by a nature preserve of kangaroos. So like when you're going up to see a dish, and it's just like 200 kangaroos lying on the street, and then something spooks them, and then they just start running in unison. Just like, this is wild. And I know that like people in Australia, that's normal for them, but it is not normal for me. It was so awesome to see that. I just loved it. I just loved seeing all that. Neat. Okay. The other thing that was super cool, I was watching. Darn it. Okay, film, sure. I was there out. So the 70-meter dish is out in Tidbinbilla, and watched it talking to Voyager 2. So not only is that really, really cool, turn around and there's just sheep grazing. So you're just like watching sheep graze, and then watching the 70-meter dish move and talk to Voyager 2. You're just like, this is the coolest thing in the world. It's just so neat out there. I don't know. I love that stuff. So I did take video of it. I gotta do some. I hate these ones are hard to. Is this in the right space? Yes. Pete is zonked over there. Okay. Flat bit. I want to make sure after my issues with the first stage, I want to make sure this is like really and truly down. Okay. Put this down, and then 4 more little hats, gold hats. Oh no! Oh, darn it. Okay. That's a problem. Okay, I gotta go get that. Oh, I have no idea where that went. Isn't this riveting? Oh, wait. I'm amazed. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, that face was, I skipped it, 2 pages got stuck together, and all of a sudden this thing was there, and I was like, where did that come from? But, okay, we're gonna build that. Okay, so take one of these. Actually, there's 2 of these. This is gonna be the last bag for today, guys. I know I don't have very good internet, I'm really sorry. And this is like the highest, but I can't I know, I can't get it any better. All right, so we're gonna put 2 of these in. Doing this, okay, and then we've got, the big gray bench. does this go in this direction? Is it flat? Yeah, it's gotta be. Oh my god, okay. Are you guys saying that I apologize like a Canadian? True. Being Canadian, I definitely do apologize like a Canadian. Oh, here. 2 of these and 2 of these. Okay. I know this is riveting, but the dish. Okay, someone in Australia, I can't remember who, but actually gave me a copy of the dish, and I haven't had a chance to watch it. I don't watch movies, actually. I'm really, really bad at that. Mainly because if I put on TV in the evening, it's like just TV to unwind with, and usually like while I'm doing dishes or something. Okay. Sorry. But I do have friends over for movie nights a fair bit, and that's one of the ones on my list to do with people, and just, yeah, I want to see, I'm dying to see it. I mean, I know it's, you know, liberties, like most, the Hollywoodized, even though it's, yeah, Hollywoodized-ish movies. I think I've heard that it's, that's all about, it mixes up the story of 2 tracking stations. I'm not sure why. I can't remember what the details are behind that, but there is an odd story behind it. So yeah, that's on my list. The list is huge of things that I'm gonna do. I need to be home. I need to be home ever to get them done. Yeah, okay. Sorry. And then 2 of these. Contact. I saw Contact years and years and years ago, like undergrad years ago. I don't have any firm memory of it, to be told, now that I say that out loud. Like, yeah, I would like to read the book. I would really, really like to read that book. I think I'm a firm believer, as a writer, I'm a firm believer that the book is almost always better than the movie. I don't think I've ever seen a movie and thought, oh, that was so much better than the book. So yeah, this just looks weird. I think The Martian is the prime example of the book being better than the movie. Like, it's so much better than the movie. If you guys have seen it and liked it and haven't read it, I would strongly suggest you go read it. It is such a quick and easy book to get through. It's awesome. It's so much more fun than the movie. I would highly, highly recommend it. Okay. If I had to build 4 of these and I only built 2, I'm going to be very upset. Okay. Oh, no, this way. Okay, and then okay, jeez. Could you make this more complicated? Wait, orientation on these things. You have to be careful, otherwise they won't snap. There we go. Okay. So it needs to be like this, and then like this. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay. Okay. There. That's how they go. Very, very hard to see how this looks like it's, oh, both of them need it, don't they? Oh. I saw that. Whoever said that both sides need plates, thank you. I missed that one. I would have figured that out eventually, but yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, there we go. Looks like that. Okay, flat white bits. Alright, so that's gonna connect these 2. I'm currently making, this is the top of the 2nd stage. Wait, what? I thought they were supposed to be aligned. No, I think this is right. They're not over the... Wait, did I get these backwards? Did somebody... Hang on. Let me see here for a second. Did I put the blue bits on the wrong side? Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, they go opposite this. Yeah, this is right. I'll take this off there. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. They're really liking taking these little red things and adding multiple pieces to them. I don't know how many times I will have done this. 2, 3, and I need one more little white hat. 4. Okay. So this is like the classic, hi Canada. The blue bit should be over the white bit. I'm confused. I still can't tell if I did that one backwards or not. I can't tell if if that plate needs to be switched around or not. Oh, this is a bracket. It's a bracket. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then they go up on these posts. They have to. But it looks like they're sitting flush with it. That's right. Yeah, okay. Why is this so complicated? Pete's sleeping on the couch. He was here a while ago. Okay. If there's a chance that I did this backwards, we're almost done, so I can go look at it later. But I'm pretty sure I did it right. Okay, so now we're taking the gold benches / brackets. These 4 of these. 4 little hooky bits. 2 of these. And the gold bits, or the clear yellow bits. Okay. So I'm gonna take this under here. Oh, thanks. Oh, wait, nope. Did that wrong. I did it wrong. Oh, yeah, okay. This, like this, like this, caught it. Okay, there. 2 of these. Okay, and then 2 more of these. All right, and then these line up with this, right? Yes, okay. Okay, this one facing you guys, so maybe, okay, so put this down here, and then this. That's so many little bits and pieces. Okay. 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. We're almost done. We're almost done. Okay. All right, that goes up this way. So this goes on top of this. I'm sorry guys, I'm focused. This is just like, how did they come up with this? How did they come up with this as the way that this is just hilarious? This is nuts. Okay, and then this. Flat bit. Doesn't look misaligned, does it? Flat bit. Round bit on top of the flat bit. 2 of these. Good, we're turning the circle into a square. 4. Okay, and then top, and then 4, these 4 things with the, yeah, okay. And 2, 3, 4. And then this goes up top. Oh golly. Okay, oh yeah, we're building, okay, we're building what goes under this. Yeah, that's the last thing. So the last bit is what's gonna go here, and that's what's going to, I'm so nervous with this, attach it, because, right, we have to attach it. I kind of forgot about that. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so, again, this is super finicky. So we need, okay, 2 of these. Okay, there we go. I'm so paranoid that I'm gonna be looking for something and I'm just suddenly not, like, gonna be missing a piece. Okay. So we're gonna take one of these, squish 2 of these together. And then this on top. And then this on the side. So we built a house. 2, 3. There we go. Okay. And then they go attach here, facing down. Yeah. Oh. There we go. So these 2 go this way. Rotate the red top brackets how? Oh, gotcha. Thank you, whoever said that. Okay, now they're right. Okay. And then last one, so we take, again, put two of these together with the little black knobbly bit. These on top, and then this out to the side. Okay, so it looks like this. It feels like such a massive achievement when the Legos bowl is empty. Oh shoot, hang on. Sorry. This needs the knobbly bit, the whole facing out. Alright, there we go. There we go. Let me fix this one. So this, oh wait. Oh shoot. Okay, hang on, I gotta redo this one. Oop. There we go. Alright, that makes more sense. I figured it out. I got there eventually. Okay. So these two go here. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. No, come on. No. Oh, wait. Wait, did I do this wrong? How did I do this wrong? There we go. Okay, that goes here, and then these go here. Okay. Did I do that wrong? I feel like this doesn't look like this one does. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe we're okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, we did this. And then, seriously? Why can't they do this beforehand so you can actually like see the orientation? Okay. Did it! Alright. Okay. That's all I'm doing for today. It's been at 117 minutes and I'm dying. I'm tired and I have other things I gotta go do. So, we will be picking up. Let's show you what we accomplished today. Alright, so we finished the, Every time I pick this up, something's gonna fall out, I know it. Okay, so we finished building these first stage. It looks like this. I love the detail on the engines here. And we started building the second stage, so this is what's going to, you know, attach into the first stage. At some point, I'll put the other fins on once I don't need to lie it down, but we've got the fins on the rocket. So up next, if we look, I'm sorry this is taking so long because I keep stopping to talk to you guys. Up next, we're starting to put the skin basically on the second stage. That's going to be some finicky fun stuff. There's a couple bags worth of that, like actually a lot of bags worth of that. Oh my god, it's so finicky. Up through bag 9 is still that. Yeah, it's getting easier. It's getting easier, but we're gonna keep building it. So I think the next time I'll probably try to get the whole second and third stage done, and then we can just do the spacecraft separately and then like be done with it so it doesn't take forever. But all right, so as always guys, eventually it'll look like a thing. Leave me questions and comments and things you want to see me yammer about in future episodes or future builds. I'm gonna tilt this slightly so that I don't have to bend down as much. let me know what you guys want to hear me rant about Saturn V during the next build, so I can do a little bit of research and figure out, kind of have something to say as opposed to just like talking about other things off the top of my head. But it's awkwardly hard to do this when you're just kind of talking to yourself live on the internet. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a couple hours while I built this. It's been fun. I'm learning. I don't know. It's entertaining. I hope you guys are entertained. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know how your own Lego builds are going if you've done it already. Leave me or tweet me pictures of it. Leave me pictures on Facebook. Yeah, let me know how it's going. All right, I will see you guys next time. I'll post in the community page when I know when I'm going to do this again. It'll be some point next week, maybe next Wednesday-ish. I don't know, but I'm home finally next week. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will see you next time.